Hold on.
Swamp Meadow Community
Hold
Theater. What's up?
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Wait for Eric to cue you.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Sorry.
Camera's off again.
Camera's off again. What happened?
You gotta mute yourself if you got.
I didn't turn the.
Ready, Tyler.
All right. Hello, everybody out in the interwebs. This is Tyler Vigent, your host for tonight. So welcome to our Swamp Meadow Community Theater's reading of William Shakespeare's classic play, Macbeth. Hold for applause. So a couple things before we begin. I just want to thank everybody who signed up for this. If you like what we do and you would like to do this in the future, we are planning on doing this monthly. So keep an eye out on our socials, on our website, swampmeadow.org. And that's keep an eye out because we're trying to do one every single month. That being said, there's a couple things coming to Swamp Meadow. We are planning on doing a couple plays and whatnot, so always look on our web. And with that being said, I would like to begin with everybody. So I am going to share my script. And for those of you listening at home, we will be reading through the entire script of Macbeth. And in between each and every act, we will be pausing for a 5-minute intermission so that everybody can get up and go use the restroom. And there will be a little screen, and then we'll be back in 5 minutes. This is completely free for all actors, and everybody who wants to watch is completely free admission. We do ask if you do like what we're doing and would like to donate possibly. If you're watching this on our stream on swampmeadow.com, look to the right. There's a big donation button. We greatly appreciate it. The pandemic has been hard on us. We haven't been able to open, so your generous donations are the literally giving us lifeblood. So I appreciate that and thank you. And now, without further ado, let me begin, and I will share my page. And let us begin the reading of William Shakespeare's Macbeth. Scene 1. Thunder and lightning. Enter 3 witches. Nika, that is you. That's first witch.
When shall we meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain?
When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won.
That will be ere set and sun.
Where the place?
Upon the heath.
There to meet with Macbeth.
Come, Grimalkin.
Paddock calls.
Anon.
Air is
Air's
foul.
foul.
Is
Foul is fair.
Covered with fog and
Covered
filthy
down
air.
with fog and filthy air.
All right.
Alarum within. Enter King Duncan, Malcolm, Donalbain, Lennox with attendants, meeting a bleeding captain.
What bloody man is that? He can report, as seemeth by his plight, of the revolt of the newest state.
This is the sergeant who, like a good and hardy soldier, fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend! Say to the king the knowledge of the broil as thou didst leave it.
Doubtful it stood, as two spent swimmers that do cling together and choke their art. The merciless MacDonald, worthy to be a rebel, for to that the multiplying villainies of nature do swarm upon him from the western isles. Of kerns and gallowglasses is supplied, and fortune on his damned quarrel smiling showed like a rebel's whore. But all's too weak, for brave MacBeth, well, he deserves that name, disdaining fortune with his brandished steel, which spoke with bloody execution like valor's minion, carved out his passage till he faced the slave, which ne'er shook hands nor bade farewell to him, till he unseamed him from the nave to the chops, and fixed his head upon our battlements.
Ho, valiant cousin, worthy gentleman!
As whence the sun gins his reflection, shipwracking storms and direful thunders break.
Ah,
So that when from spring, whence comfort seemed to come, discomfort swells. Mark, King of Scotland, mark, no sooner justice had, with valor armed, compelled these skipping currents to trust their heels, but the Norwegian lord, surveying vantage, with furbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault.
Dismayed not this our captains, MacBeth and Banquo?
Yes, as sparrows eagles, or the hare the lion. If I say sooth, I must report they were as canyons overcharged with double cracks, so they doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe, except they meant to bathe in reeking wounds or memorize another Golgotha. I cannot tell, but I am faint. My gaseous cry for help.
So well thy wounds become thee as thy words. They smack of honor both. Well, go, get him surgeons.
The captain is led off by the attendants. Shh. Enter Ross and Angus.
Who comes here?
The worthy Thane of Ross.
The haste looks through his eyes. So should he look that seems to speak things strange.
God save the king!
Or whence camest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king, where the Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict till that Bellona's bridegroom lapped in proof, comforted him with self-comparisons, point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit, and to conclude, the victory fell on us.
Great happiness!
That now we know, the Curie's king craves composition, nor would we deign him burial of his men till he dispersed at St. Colum's Inch $10,000 to our general use.
Oh, no more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go, pronounce his present death, and with his former title, greet MacBeth.
I'll see it done.
And what he hath lost, noble MacBeth hath won.
They exit. Thunder! Enter the three witches.
Where hast thou been, sister?
Killing swine.
Sister, where thou?
A sailor's wife had chestnuts on her lap, and munched and munched and munched. Give me, quoth I. Around thee, witch, the rum-fed Runyon cries. Her husband's toe Adelpo gone, master o' thy tiger. But in a sieve I'll thrive a sail, and like rat without a tail, I'll do.
I'll give thee a wind.
Thou art kind.
And I another.
I myself of all the other. And the very ports they blow, all the quarters that they know. The shipment's cod, I'll drain him dry as hay. Sleep shall neither night nor day. Hang upon his penthouse lid, he shall live and men forbid. Weary servants 9 times 9 shall with window peak and pine. Thou his bark cannot be lost, yet it shall be tempest tossed. Look what I have.
Show me, show me.
Here I have a pilot's thumb, racked as helmets he did come.
Drum, drum, bum, bum, bum.
A drum, Macbeth doth come. The weird
It's this
Sisters, hand in
hand in
hand.
hand, pastors of the sea
sea
and
and
land. Thus
Go
go
about
about thrice divine,
mine,
thrice
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 mine,
and thrice
thrice
in.
again to make up
Make a
nine.
divine.
Peace,
Peace.
the
The
child.
charm ground up.
Enter Macbeth and Banquo.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
How forest called to forests? What are these, so withered and so wild in their attire, that look not like the inhabitants of the earth, and yet are on it? Live you? Or are you aught that man may question? You seem to understand me by each at once her choppy finger laying upon her skinny lips. You should be women, and yet your beards forbid me to interpret that you are so.
Speak if you can. What are you?
All hail, Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane to Glamis.
All hail Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
All hail, Macbeth, that shalt be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? I, the name of truth, are you fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly you show? My noble partner you greet with present grace and great prediction of noble having and of royal hope that he seems rapt withal. To me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will sow and grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate.
Hail,
Hail.
hail.
Blessed and Macbeth and greater.
Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail, Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail.
Stay, you imperfect speakers. Tell me more. By Sinel's death I know I am Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman, and to be king stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, or why upon this blasted heath you stop our way with such prophetic greeting. Speak, I charge you.
The witches vanish. Poosh!
The earth hath bubbles as the water has, and these are of them. Whither are they vanished?
Into the air, and what seemed corporeal melted as breath into the wind. Oh, would they had stayed.
Were such things here as we do speak about? Or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And Thane of Cawdor too, went it not so?
To the self-same tune and words. Who's here?
Enter Ross and Angus.
The king hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success, and he reads, thy personal venture in the rebels' fight, his wonders and his praises do contend, which could be thine or his. Silenced with that, which should be thine or his. Silenced with that, in viewing all the rest of the Semselve day, he finds thee in the stout Norwegian ranks, nothing afeard of what thyself didst make, strange images of death. and everyone did bear thy praises in his kingdom's great defense, and poured them down before him.
They are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks, only to herald thee into his sight, not pay thee.
And for an earnest of greater honor, he bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor, in which addition, hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What? Can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose. Whether he was combined with those of Norway, or did line the rebel with hidden help and vantage, or that with both he labored in his country's wrack, I know not. But treason's capital, confessed and proved, hath overthrown him.
Glamis and Thane of Cawdor. The greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains. Do you not hope your children shall be kings? When whose that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them?
That, trusted home, might yet enkindle you unto the crown, besides the Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange, and oftentimes to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell its truths, win us with honest trifles, to betray us in deepest consequence. Cousins, a word, I pray you.
Two truths are told, as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. I thank you, gentlemen. This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success, commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion whose horrid image doth unfix my hair, and make me my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man, that function is smothered in surmise, and nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partner's rapt.
If chance will have me king, why chance may crown me without my stir.
New honors come upon him, like our strange garments, cleave not to our mold, but with the aid of use.
Come what may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy MacBeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us toward the king. Think upon what hath chanced. More time. The interim having weighed, let us speak our free hearts to each other.
Very gladly.
Till then, enough. Come, friends.
They exit. Flourish. Enter King Duncan, Lennox, Malcolm, Donalbain, and attendants.
So is execution done on Cawdor? Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they are not yet come back, but I have spoke with one that saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed his treasons, implored his highness's pardon, and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like the leaving of it. He died as one that had been studied in his death to throw away the dearest thing he owed, as 'twere a careless trifle.
There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. Ho, worthiest cousin! The sin of my ingratitude even now was heavy on me. Thou art so far before that swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. Would thou hadst less deserved that the proportion both of thanks and payment might have been mine. Only, I have left to say, more is thy due than more than all can say. Pay.
The service and loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself. Your Highness's part is to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne and state children and servants, which do but what they should by doing everything safe toward your love and honor.
Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee and will labor to make thee full of growing. Ah, noble Banquo, thou hast no less deserved, nor must be known, no less to have done so. Let me unfold thee and hold thee to my heart.
There, if I grow, the harvest is your own.
Ah, my plenteous joys, wanton in fullness, seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and you whose places are the nearest, no, we will establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland, which honor must not be unaccompanied. Invest him only, but signs of nobleness like stars shall shine on all deservers. From hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
The rest is labor which is not used for you. I'll be myself the harbinger and make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach, so humbly take my leave.
My worthy Carter.
The Prince of Cumberland, that is a step of which I must fall down or else o'erleap, for in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires, let not light see my black and deep desires. The eye wink at the hand, yet let that be which the eye fears when it is done to see.
True worthy Banquo, he is full so valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. It is a banquet to me. Let's after him, whose care is gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
Flourish, they exit. Enter Macbeth's wife alone with a letter.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me and referred me to the coming on time with, Hail King thou shalt be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightest not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of which greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart and farewell. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor and shalt be, what art thou promised. Yet do I fear thy nature? It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldest be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. What thou wouldest highly, thou wouldest thou holily, wouldest thou not play false, and yet wouldest wrongly win. Thou didst have, great Glamis, that which cries, thus thou must do, if thou have it, and that which rather thou dost fear to do, than wishest should be undone. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal.
Enter messenger.
What is your tidings?
The
Judy,
king comes
there
here
you go, sorry.
tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him, who were it so would have informed for preparation?
So please you, it is true. Our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who almost dead for breath had scarcely more that would make up his message.
Give him tending. He brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse that crooks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits, attend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect of it. Come to my woman's breast and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold.
Enter Macbeth.
Great Glamis, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by the all hail hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my Thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye. Your hand, your tongue, look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall to all our nights and days to come give solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
They exit. Scene 6. Hot boys and torches. Enter King Duncan, Malcolm, Donalbain, Banquo, Lennox, Macduff, Ross, Angus, and attendants.
This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air nimbly and sweetly recommends itself unto our gentle senses.
This guest of summer, the temple-haunting martlet, does approve by his beloved mansionry that the heaven's breath smells wooingly here. No jutty, frieze, buttress, nor coign of vantage. But this bird hath made his pendant bed and procreant cradle. Where they most breed and haunt, I have observed, the air is delicate.
Enter Lady Macbeth.
See, our honored hostess. The love that follows us sometime is our trouble, which still we thank as love. Herein I teach you how you shall bid God yield us for your pains and thank us for your trouble.
All our service in every point, twice done and then done double, we're poor in single business to contend against those honors deep and broad wherewith your majesty loads our house. For those of old and the late dignities heaped up to them, we rest your hermits.
So where's the Thane of Cawdor? We coursed him at the heels and had a purpose to be his purveyor, but he rides well, and his great love, sharp as his spur, hath helped him to his home before us. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guest tonight.
Your servants ever have theirs themselves, and what is theirs in compt to make their audit at your highness's pleasure, still to return your own.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to mine host. We love him highly, and shall continue our graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
They exit. Scene 7. Hot boys, torches. Enter a sewer and divers. Enter a sewer and divers servants with dishes and service over the stage. Then enter Macbeth.
If it were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his success, that but this blow might be the be-all and end-all here. But here upon this bank and shoal of time, we jump the life to come. But in these cases we still have judgment here, that we but teach bloody instructions which, being taught, return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poison chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed, then as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, This Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off, and pity like a naked newborn babe striding the blast, or heaven's cherubin horsed. Upon the sightless couriers of the air shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other.
Enter, Lady Macbeth.
How now? What news?
It has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
Know you not he has?
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have brought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since, and wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. Art thou afeared to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest the ornament of light, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would, like the poor cat in the adage?
Prithee, peace. I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. Nor time, nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both that have made themselves, and that their fitness now does unmake you. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail...
We fail? But screw your courage to the sticking place, and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto to the rather shall his day's hard journey soundly invite him, his 2 chamberlains will I with wine and wassail so convince that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be a fume, and the receipt of reason a limbic only. When in swinish sleep their drenched nature lies as in a death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Bring forth men children only, for thy undaunted metal should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received when we have marked with blood those sleepy 2 of his own chamber, and used their very daggers that they had done it?
Who dares receive it other, as we shall make our griefs and clamor roar upon his death?
I am settled and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away and mock the time with fairest show, false face must hide what the false heart doth know.
All right, that is end of Act 1, and we are going to take a 5-minute intermission.
Thank you, 5.
Thank you, 5.
That was fun.
Go to the lobby.
Everyone go to the lobby. So it is now 8:03. We will come back at you know what? I'll give you 1 extra minute. We'll come back at 8:10. Can everybody see the little thing that I put up?
No.
No? Okay.
Your script is in the middle of shrinking down and just stopped.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing. Hello, everyone. Yes. Listen to Eric. He is smart. Hello, everybody from home. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope you like what we're doing here. I am going to do something in a second that will be great. There we go. I am computer illiterate. No, I'm not. Here we go. So if you like what we're doing today, I would very much appreciate anybody who's watching us to go out and donate to Swamp Meadow. We're in the middle of our 5-minute intermission. If you're watching us from swampmeadow.org/stream, I believe is the site. If you look off to your side, there should be a big donate button.
I don't know what happened. It disappeared. It's fine.
There should be a big donate button. If you press that and you want to give us donate something because you like what we're doing over here, we greatly appreciate it. If you're watching us over YouTube, if you log on to swampmeadow.org/donations or just on our site, you can see that big donate button. It's on every page underneath our calendar. And if you're watching us, it should be right over here, I think. But anyway, we appreciate your further support, and we will be back at 8:10.
You got the pad off the table.
Yes, because it's help me over here. Get this back here.
Stacy, you're not muted.
Okay.
And we're still live.
Okay. We're mute. I'm mute. Am I muted?
Click
No.
Nope. You have to click it. There you go.
All right, we are 3 minutes until we start act. Oh well, we are 2 minutes until we start Act 2. Once again, I really appreciate you guys coming out. Special thanks to all of our actors who signed up for today. Those of you who are here, how you guys liking MacBeth so far? Thunderous applause. Awesome. I don't know if you guys heard that, but I think everybody was muted. But I heard thunderous applause. But Swamp Meadow really appreciates everybody coming up to sign up. And everybody coming out to stop. If you like what we're doing at home, those of you who are looking at the stream and you want to sign up for maybe future readings, we plan on doing one a month. We are currently still planning our December one. I'm looking into possibly do something a little special since it's the holidays and whatnot. But we will be posting more information on that on our website, swampmeadow.org, as well as any of our socials. So keep an eye out for that. And if you like what we're doing and you want Swamp Meadow to host a particular play that you really, really like, email me, Tyler H. Vision, at productions@swampmeadow.org. Once again, that's productions@swampmeadow.org. And I'll see your email, and I'll take that into consideration when myself and the e-board as well. All right. Let me just
Tyler.
Yeah, what's up, Stacy?
Well, I'm right now. I'm on mute and I'm talking to you. But should I leave this off and then only press it when I'm ready to talk, or what?
Whatever you were doing, for the first act was fine.
Did you miss anything?
No, I heard you loud and clear.
I thought I was part of my speeches were shut off.
No, I heard every single word.
Okay, so right now I'm looking at a mute, and I should just leave. Why don't I just leave it right on?
Yeah, sure. Once again, whatever you were doing for Act 1 was perfect. I think myself and somebody else, if somebody else could confirm that they heard Stacy, because I heard you.
I think leave the mute button alone, and it will take care of it. So when I'm up, the camera will hit me, right?
Sure. Yep. I see you loud and clear.
Okay.
Right. Do we have everybody back? Anybody get anything nice to drink?
So right now I'm all set, right, Tyler?
Yep. I can hear you. Hear you, and the people at home can see you.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we are
ready to go.
We are ready to go. I'm just waiting for. I think Banquo is still out, and he starts the act, so can't really start the act without him.
Oh, no, here I am.
Oh, sweet. Perfect. All right, I think we have everybody. Eric is on standby. All right, so we are going to begin Act 2. If you're joining us at home, just a quick synopsis of what happened in Act 1. We were introduced to all the characters, and these 3 weird sisters, the witches, predicted that MacBeth would be king. Predicted a bunch of stuff. Some of it came true, and now MacBeth and his wife are plotting to kill the king. Uh-oh, that's not a good thing. Let's see what happens in Act 2 of William Shakespeare's Macbeth. We go to Scene 1, and enter Banquo and Fleance with a torch before him.
How goes the night, boy?
Oh, I think this is me. The moon is down! I have not heard the clock!
And she goes down at 12.
I take 'tis later, sir.
Hold, take my sword. There's husbandry in heaven. Their candles are all out. Take thee that too. A heavy summon lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers restrain in me the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose. Give me my sword. Who's there?
A friend.
What, sir? Not yet at rest? The king's abed. He hath been an unusual pleasure, and sets forth great largesse to your offices. This diamond he greets your wife withal, by the name of most kind hostess, and shut up in measureless content.
Being unprepared, our will became the servant to defect, which else would free have wrought.
All's well. I dreamt last night of the 3 weird sisters. To you they have shown some truth.
I think not of them. Yet, when can we entreat an hour to serve? We would spend it with some words upon that business, if you would grant the time.
At your kindest leisure.
If you shall cleave to my consent, when 'tis, it shall make honor for you.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it, but still keep my bosom franchise and allegiance clear. I shall be consuled.
Good repose the while.
Thanks, sir. The like to you.
Banquo and Fleance exit.
Go bid thy mistress, when my drink is ready. She strike upon the bell. Get thee to bed.
The servants exit.
Is this a dagger I see before me? The handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not, fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation, proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? I see thee yet in form as palpable as this which now I draw. Thou marshallest me in the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made the fools of the other senses, or else worth all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy blade and dudgeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There's no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now, o'er one half the world, nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder, alarmed by his sentinel, the wolf, whose howl his watch. And with this stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides towards his design moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm-set earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk, for fear thy very stones prate of my whereabouts. And take the present horror from the time, which now suits with it. Whilst I threat he lives, words to the heat of deeds too cold to breath gives.
Ding! Ding!
I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
Scene 2. Enter Lady Macbeth.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark! Peace. It was the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman which gives the sternest good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their possets, that death and nature do contend about them, whether they live or die.
Who's there? What? Ho!
Alack, I'm afraid they have awakened, and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. Hark, I laid their daggers ready. He could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I'd have done it.
Enter Macbeth with bloody daggers.
My husband.
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended?
I.
Hark, who lies in the second chamber?
Donalbain.
Oh, this is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say, a sorry sight.
There's one did laugh in his sleep and cried, Murder! That they did wake each other. I stood and heard them, but they did say their prayers and addressed them again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cries, God bless us, and Amen the other. As they had seen me with those hangman's hands, listening their fear, I could not say Amen when they did say God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could I not pronounce Amen? I had most need of blessing, and Amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, Sleep no more! Macbeth doth murder sleep! The innocent sleep! Sleep that knits up the ravelled sleeve of care, the death of each day's life, sore labour's bath, balm of hurt minds, and nature's great second course, chief nourisher in life's feast.
What do you mean?
Well, still it cried, Sleep no more to all the house. Glymus hath murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Why, worthy Thane, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly of things. Go get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring these daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I'm afraid to think what I have done. Look on it again. I dare not.
Infirm of purpose, give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild their faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
She exits with the daggers. Knock within!
Whence is that knocking? How is it with me that every noise appalls me? What hands are here? Oh, they pluck out mine eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? No, this my hand will rather the multitudinous seas incarnadine, making them green one red.
Enter Lady Macbeth.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white.
Knock!
I hear a knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy is it then? Your constancy hath left you unattended.
Knock!
Hark, more knocking. Get on your nightgown, lest occasion call us and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, 'twere best not know myself.
Knock!
Oh, wake Duncan with thy knocking. I would thou couldst.
They exit. Knocking within. Enter a porter. Oop, Robin, I think you're muted. There you go.
Here's a knocking indeed. If a man were porter of Belgate should have all turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Here's a farmer that hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Come in time. Have napkins now about you. Here, you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock. Who's there in the other devil's name? Faith, here's an equivocator that could swear in both the scales against either scale, who committed treason enough for God's sake, yet could not equivocate to heaven. Oh, come in, equivocator.
Knock!
Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Faith, here's an English tailor come hither for stealing out of a French hose. Come in, tailor. Here you may roast your goose.
Knock!
Knock, knock. Never at quiet. What are you? Oh, but this place is too cold for hell. I'll devil porter it no further. I had thought to have let in some of all professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire.
Knock!
Anon, anon.
The porter opens the door to Macduff and Lennox.
I pray you remember the porter.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late?
Faith, sir, we were carousing till the second cock, and drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things.
Well, what three things does drink especially provoke?
Very, sir. Nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir, it provokes and unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him and it mars him. It sets him on and it takes him off. It persuades him and disheartens him, makes him stand to and not stand to. In conclusion, equivocates him in his sleep, and giving him the lie, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
That it did, sir, in the very throat on me. But I requited him for his lie, and I think being too strong for him, though he took up my legs sometime, yet I made a shift to catch him.
The master stirring?
Enter Macbeth.
Ah, our knocking has awakened him. Here he comes.
The porter exits.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, both.
Is the king stirring, worthy Thane?
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely on him. I have almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
The lamer we delight in physics pain. This is the door.
It's so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Macduff exits.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down, and as they say, lamentings heard of the air, strange screams of death, and prophesying with accents terrible of dire combustion and confused events, new hatched to the woeful time. The obscure bird clamoured the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverish and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Enter Macduff.
Oh, horror, horror, horror! Tongue nor heart cannot conceive nor name thee.
What's
the matter?
Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke ope the Lord's anointed temple and stole thence the life of the building.
What is it you say? The life?
Mean you his majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new gorgon. Do not bid me speak. See and then speak yourselves.
Macbeth and Lennox exit.
Awake, awake, ring the alarm bell. Murder and treason. Banquo and Donalbain, Malcolm, awake. Shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look on death itself. Up and see the great doom's image. Malcolm, Banquo, as from your graves rise up and walk like sprites to countenance this horror. Ring the bell.
Ding, ling, 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 ring. Enter Lady Macbeth.
This business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of the house. Speak, speak.
Oh, gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell.
Enter Banquo.
Oh, Banquo, Banquo, our royal master is murdered.
Whoa, alas. What, in our house?
Too cruel anywhere. Dear Duff, I prithee, contradict thyself, and say it is not so.
Enter Macbeth, Lennox, and Ross.
Had I but died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time, for from this instant there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys, renown and grace is dead, the wine of life is drawn, and the mere lees it's left this vault to brag of.
Enter Malcolm and Donalbain.
What is amiss?
You are and don't know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father is murdered.
Oh, by whom?
Those of his chamber, as it seemed, has done it. Their hands and faces were all badged with blood. So were their daggers, which unwiped we found upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise, amazed, temperate and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man. The expedition of my violent love outrun the pauser reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed stabs looked like a breach in nature for ruin's wasteful entrance. There the murderers, steeped in the colors of their trade, their daggers unmannerly breached with gore. Who could refrain that had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to makes love known?
Help me hence, ho.
Look to the lady.
Do we hold our tongues, that most may claim this argument for ours?
What should be spoken here, where our fate, hidden in augur hole, may rush and seize us? Let's away, our tears are not yet brewed.
Nor our strong sorrow upon the foot of motion.
Look to the lady. And when we have our naked frailties hid that suffer an exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work to know it further. Fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thus against the undivulged pretense I fight of treasonous malice.
And so do I.
So.
Let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
Well contented.
Well content.
All but Malcolm and Donalbain exit.
What will we do? Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office which the false man does easy. I'll to England.
To Ireland our separated fortune shall keep us both the safer. Where we are, there's daggers and men's smiles. The near in blood, the nearer bloody.
This murderous shaft that shot hath not yet lighted, and our safest way is to avoid the aim. Therefore to horse, and let us not be dainty of leave-taking, but shift away. There's warrant in that theft, which steals itself where there's no mercy left.
They exit. Scene 4. Enter Ross with an old man.
70 I can remember well, within the volume of which time I have seen hours dreadful and things strange. But this sore night hath trifled former knowings.
Ha, good father, thou seest the heavens as troubled with man's act. Threatens his bloody stage by the clock this day, and yet dark night strangles the traveling lamp. 'Tis in the night's predominance or the day's shame that darkness does the face of earth and tomb, when living light should kiss it.
'Tis unnatural, even like the deed that's done. On Tuesday last, a falcon, towering in her proud of place, was by a mousing owl hawked at and killed.
And Duncan's horses, a thing most strange and certain. Beauteous and swift, the minions of their race turned wild in nature, broke their stalls, flung out, contending against obedience as they would make, nor with mankind.
It's said they eat each other.
They did so to the amazement of my nays. They looked upon it.
Enter Macduff.
Here comes the good Macduff. How goes the world, sir?
I see you not.
Is it known who did this more than bloody did?
Is that Macbeth has slain.
Alas, the day, what good could they pretend?
They were suborned. Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's two sons, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
Against nature still, thriftless ambition that will raven up thine own lives means, then 'tis most like the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He is already named and gone to Scone to be invested.
Where is Duncan's body?
Carried to Colmkill, the sacred storehouse of his predecessors and guardian of their bones.
Will you to Scone?
No, cousin, I'll to Fife.
Well, I will thither.
Well, may you see things well done there. Adieu, lest our old robes sit easier than our new.
Farewell, father.
God's benison go with you and with those that would make good of bad and friends of foes.
All exit. End of Act 2. All right. End of Act 2. Things are getting intense for Macbeth and everybody else in the cast. Things are happening. Oh no. Duncan's two sons running off. Duncan getting killed. Macbeth's starting to feel a little weird about everything. All right. We are going to take a 5-minute break. So we will start
you
back
got
up
the
at
audio, but
8:37.
I know, but you know what happened?
What's up?
I didn't press the mute button to turn the camera on, so I was not on camera. Is that my fault or what?
No, you're fine. I could hear every word you said.
Yeah, but
You were on camera, Stacy. You were fine. The mute button doesn't control the camera.
Oh, okay. I don't have to worry about anything.
No,
okay.
You're good. You're golden,
All
my
right.
friend.
I do suggest that we mute during the intermission, though.
Yeah. Except me, because I'm gonna be talking to you lovely folks at home. Hello, this is Tyler Vigent. That was weird. Let me share my screen. No, that is the script. I am sharing this. And once again, if you folks at home that are, I appreciate you guys watching in on our stream. This is the read through of Macbeth. We are currently on Act 3, and we're going through, and we're on a 5-minute intermission. We'll be back at 8:37. If anyone likes what we're doing, please donate to us. It really helps us out in this time of COVID and the pandemic. Swamp Meadow hasn't been open. We haven't been doing a lot of stuff in person, but we've been trying to do some stuff out of person. There are a couple projects that we've been working on. One of them being Therapy, a short play that our own Lady Macbeth, Shannon MacLeod, had written herself, which will be up on our site, as well as a project that I adapted that is very near and dear to my heart, called Cyrano de Bergerac in Space. It is a project that I've had in the back of my mind for a while, and we are hosting it and doing it with Swamp Meadow, and it will be a radio play, and so that will be airing sometime in the near future as well, and that will be on swampmeadow.org swampmeadow.org for any updates, as well as our Facebook page, our Twitter page, and we also have an Instagram. So yes, if you like what we're doing, follow us all up on there, as well as we also have a monthly or semi-monthly. We have a newsletter that goes out. If you'd like to sign up for that, look on swampmeadow.org for all those details. We will be back to our regularly scheduled murder at 8:37, so we got 2 minutes until we're back, and I am going to be right back with you, lovely folks. Thank you so much. All right. I have returned. Once again, I am your host for the evening, Tyler H. Vigent. I will be reading the, basically the stage directions and whatnot, and scrolling through the script, and you'll hear my voice intermittently. For those of you who are just now joining us, maybe you were making dinner or whatnot, or you just wanted to check us out, we are currently on Act 3 of Macbeth. Macbeth has just done the dirty deed of killing the king, Duncan, and basically things are hitting the fan very, very quickly as we realize that both of Duncan's sons have fled. The blame seems to be been put on them, and thus Macbeth is hailed king of Scotland. It's King of Scotland, right? Yeah. Yeah.
There can be only one.
There can be only one. And we are at 8:37, folks. So let me just check in with the rest of the cast, and let me switch to my script. Ba-doom. How's everybody feeling tonight? This is to everybody in the cast.
I
You alright? Good. Glad to hear that you're alright. You gotta be alright. Sometimes you gotta be alright. There we go. Ready. And now I'm sharing my screen so that everyone can see the script. Gotta hit the button so people can see the script. It's my new song. It's in the new single that's coming out. I'm writing an album. No, I'm not. All right. Head count. Party. All right, we got the just making sure everyone's here. All right, looks like we got everyone.
Yeah.
And if we don't have everyone, say something if you're not here. They used to do that all the time when I was in school. It's like, if you're not here, speak up. And it's like, it's the oldest. It's such an old dad joke. It's great. All right, Act 3. Now to lighten the mood, Act 3 of Macbeth. Enter Banquo.
Thou hast it now, King, Cawdor, Glamis, all as the weird women promised. And I fear thou playest most foully for it. Yet it is said that it should not stand in thy posterity, but that myself should be the root and father of many kings. There come truth from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine. Why, by the verities on thee make good, may they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? But hush, no more.
Senate sounded. Enter Macbeth as king. Lady Macbeth, Lennox, Ross, lords in attendance.
Here's our chief guest.
If he had been forgotten, it had been a as a gap in our great feast, in all thing unbecoming.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duties are with a most dissoluble tie forever knit.
Ride you this afternoon?
Aye, my good lord.
We should have else desired your good advice, which still hath been both grave and prosperous, in this day's council, but we'll take tomorrow, if far you ride.
As far, my lord, as 'twill fill up the time twixt this and supper. Go not my horse the better. I must become a borrower of the night for a dark hour or twain.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel patricide, filling their hearers with... Too far. Thank you. Filling their hearers with strange invention, but of that tomorrow, when therewithal we shall have cause of state, craving us jointly. Hie you to your horse, adieu, till you return at night. Goes Fleance with you?
Aye, my good lord. Our time does call upon's.
I wish your horses swift and sure of foot, and so I do command you to their backs. Farewell.
Banquo exits.
Let every man be master of his time till 7 at night, to make society the sweeter welcome. We will keep ourselves till supper time alone, while then God be with you.
Lords and all but Macbeth and a servant exit.
Sirrah, a word with you. Attend those men our pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gate.
Bring them before us. Servant exits.
Servant exits, sorry.
To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. 'Tis much he dares, and to that dauntless temper of his mind he hath a wisdom that both guide his valor to act in safety. There is none but he whose being I do fear, and under him my genius is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony's was by Caesar. He chid the sisters when first they put the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to him. Then, prophet-like, they hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, and put a barren sceptre in my grip. Thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding, if it be so for Banquo's issue, have I filed my mind. For them the gracious Duncan have I murdered, put rancors in the vessel of my peace, only for them, and mine eternal jewel given to the common enemy of man, to make them kings, the seeds of Banquo kings. Rather than so, come fate into the list, and champion me to the utterance. Who's there?
Enter servant and 2 murderers.
Now go to the door and stay there till we call.
Servant exits.
Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was. So please, your highness.
Well then, now have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was he, in the times past, which held you so under fortune, which you thought had been our innocent self. This I made good to you in our last conference, passed in probation with you. How you were borne in hand, how crossed the instruments, who wrought with them, and all things else that might, to half a soul and to a notion crazed, say, thus did Banquo.
Yeah, you made it known to us. Made it known.
I did so, and went further, which is now our point of second meeting. Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go? Are you so gospel to pray for this good man and for his issue, whose heavy hand hath bowed you to the grave and beggared yours forever? Well?
We are men, my liege. Men we are.
Aye, in the catalogue you go for men, as hounds and greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, curs, choughs, water rugs, and demi-wolves are clept all by the name of dogs. The valued file distinguishes the swift, the slow, the subtle, the housekeeper, the hunter, every one according to the gift which bounteous nature hath in him closed, whereby he does receive particular addition from the bill that writes all of them alike, and so of men. Now, if you have a station in the file, not in the worst rank of mankind, say it, and I will put that business in your bosoms, whose execution takes your enemy off. grapples you to the heart and love of us, who wear our health but sickly in his life, which in his death were perfect.
Am one, my liege, whom the vile blows and buffets of the world hath so incensed that I am reckless what I do despite the world. and I another, so weary with disasters, tugged with fortune, that I would set my life on any chance to mend it or be rid on it.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord, true.
So is he mine, and in such bloody distance that every minute of his being thrusts against my nearest of life. And though I could with barefaced power sweep him from my sight and bid my will avouch it, yet I must not, for certain friends that are both his and mine, whose loves I may not drop, but wail his fall, who I myself struck down, and thence it is that I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us through our lives.
Your spirits shine through you. Within this hour at most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves, acquaint you with the perfect spy of the time, the moment on it, for it must be done tonight, and something from the palace. Always thought that I require a clearness, and with him, to leave no rubs nor botches in the work, Fleance his son, that keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart, I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved, my lord.
I'll call upon you straight. Abide within.
Murderers exit.
It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
He exits. Scene 2. Enter Lady Macbeth's lady and a servant.
Is Banquo gone from court?
Aye, madam, but returns again tonight.
Say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words.
Madam, I will.
He exits.
Not had all spent, where our desire is got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy.
Enter Macbeth.
How now, my lord, why do you keep me alone? Of sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died with them they think on? Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scorched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself, whilst our poor Malice remains in danger of her former tooth. But let the frame of things disjoint, both the worlds suffer, ere we will eat our meal in fear and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly. Better be with the dead, whom we, to gain our peace, have sent to peace, than on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst, nor steel nor prison. Malice, domestic foreign levy, nothing can touch him further.
Come on, gentle, my lord, sleek o'er your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I, love, and so I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence, both with eye and tongue, unsafe the while that we must lave our honours in these flattering streams, and makes our faces vizards to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave this.
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou knowest that Banquo and his Fleance lives.
But in their nature's copy not a turn.
There's comfort yet, they are assailable. Then be thou jocund. Ere the bat hath flown his cloistered flight, ere to the black Hecate summons the shard-born beetle with his drowsy hums hath rung night's yawning peal, there shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
By innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Come, sealing night, scarf up the tender eye of a pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand cancel and tear to pieces that great bond which keeps me pale. Light thickens, and the crow makes wing the rocky wood. Good things of day begin to droop and drowse, whilst night's black agents to their praise do rouse. Thou marvelst at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me.
They exit. Scene 3. Enter 3 murderers.
But who did bid thee join us? MacBeth. He needs not our mistrust, since he delivers our offices and what we have to do to the direction just. Then stand with us. The west yet glimmers with some streaks of day. Now spurs the lated traveler pace to gain the timely inn, and near approaches the subject of our watch. Hark, I hear horses.
Give us a light there. Ho!
Then 'tis he. The rest that are within the note of exception already in thy court. His horses go about almost a mile, but he does not usually, so all men do, from hence to the palace gate, make it their walk.
Enter Banquo and Fleance with a torch.
A light! A light! 'Tis he! Stand to it!
Will be rain tonight.
Let it come down.
The 3 murderers attack!
Ah! Oh, treachery! Fly, good Fleance. Fly, fly, fly. Thou mayest revenge. Oh, slave.
He dies.
Strike out the light. Was not the way. There's but one down. The sun is fled. We must have lost best half our affair. Well, let's away and say how much is done.
They exit. Scene 4. Banquet prepared. Enter Macbeth, Lady Macbeth, Ross, Lennox, lords in attendance.
You know your own degrees. Sit down. At first and last, the hearty welcome.
They sit. Thank you to your majesty.
Ourself will mingle with society in the play and play the humble host. Our hostess keeps her state, but in best time we will require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends. For my heart speaks, they are welcome.
Enter first murderer to the door.
See, they encounter thee with their heart's thanks. Both sides are even. Here I'll sit in the midst. Be large in mirth, anon we'll drink a measure, the table round.
He approaches the murderer.
There's blood upon thy face.
'Tis Banquo's then.
'Tis better thee without than he within. Is he dispatched?
My lord, his throat is cut. That I did for him.
Ah, thou art the best of cutthroats. Yet he is good that did the like for Fleance. If thou didst it, thou art the nonpareil.
Most royal sir, Fleance escaped.
Oh, then comes my fit again. I had else been perfect. Whole as the marble, founded as the rock, as broad and general as the casing air. But now I am combined, cribbed, confined, bound to the saucy doubts and fears. But Banquo's safe.
Aye, my good lord, safe in a ditch he bides, with 20 trented gashes in his head. The least a death to nature.
Thanks for that. There the grown serpent lies, the worm that's fled, hath nature that in time will venom breed. No teeth for the present. Get thee gone. Tomorrow we'll hear ourselves again.
Murderer exits.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer. The feast is sold that is often vouched, while 'tis a making 'tis given with welcome. To feed were best at home, from thence. The sauce to meat is ceremony. Meeting were bare without it.
Enter the ghost of Banquo, and sits in Macbeth's place. Ooh.
Sweet remembrancer. Now, good digestion wait on appetite, and health on both.
May it please your highness, sit.
Here had we now our country's honor roofed, were the graced person of our Banquo present, who may I rather challenge for unkindness than pity for mischance.
His absence, sir, lays blame upon his promise. Please to your highness to grace us with your royal company.
The table is full.
Here is a place reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, my good lord. What is the news, your highness?
Which of you have done this?
What, my good lord?
I
Thou-
think that's Robin. I'm so sorry. Robin, you're one of the lords, right?
I was only doing singular, but that's all
Okay, yeah,
right.
might as well.
What, my good lord?
Thou canst not say I did it. Never shake thy gory locks at me.
Gentlemen, rise. His Highness is not well.
Sit, worthy friends. My lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. Pray you keep seat. The fit is momentary. Upon a thought he will again be well. If much you note him, you shall offend him and extend his passion. Feed and regard him not.
Drawing MacBeth aside.
Are you a man?
I, and a bold one, that dare look on that which might appall the devil.
Oh, proper stuff. This is a very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. Oh, these flaws and starts, impostors to true fear, would well welcome a woman's story at a winter's fire, authorized by her grandam. Shame itself. Why do you make such faces? When all's done, you look but on a stool.
Prithee, see there, behold, look!
To the
Lo,
ghost.
how say you? Why, what care I if thou canst nod? Speak, too, if charnel houses on our graves must send those that we bury back, our monument shall be the maws of kites.
Ghost exits.
What, quite unmanned in folly?
If I stand here, I saw him.
Fie for shame.
Blood hath been shed ere now, aye, in olden time, ere humane statute purged the gentle wheel. Aye, and since 2 murders have been performed too terrible for the ear, the time has been that when the brains were out, the man would die, and there an end. But now they rise again, with 20 mortal murderers on their crowns, and push us from our stools. This is more strange than such a murder is.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, my most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity, which is nothing to those that know me. Come, love and health to all. Then I'll sit down. Give me some wine. Fill full.
Enter ghost.
I drink to the general joy of the whole table, and to our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss. Would he were here. To all, and him we thirst, and all to all.
Our duties and our pledge.
They raise their drinking cups.
Avaunt, and quit my sight! Let the earth hide thee! Thy bones are marrowless, their blood is cold. Thou hast no speculation in those eyes which thou dost glare with.
Think of this, good peers, but as a thing of custom. 'Tis no other, only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man dare? I dare! Approach thou like the rugged Russian bear, the armed rhinoceros, or Hyrcan tiger. Take any shape but that, and my firm nerves shall never tremble, or be alive again, and dare me to the desert with thy sword. If trembling I inhabit, then protest me, the baby of a girl. Hence, horrible shadow, unreal mockery. Hence!
Ghost exits.
Why so, being gone, I am a man again. Pray you sit still.
You have displaced the mirth, broke the good meeting with most admired disorder.
Can such things be and overcome us like a summer's cloud without our special wonder? You make me strange even to the disposition that I owe, when now I think you can behold such sights, and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks when mine is blanched with fear. Dear,
What sights, my lord?
I pray you... Sorry.
I pray you speak not. He grows worse and worse.
Sorry.
Question enrages him. At once, good night. Stand not upon the order of your going, but go at once.
Good night, and better health attend his majesty.
A kind good night to all.
Lords and all but MacBeth and Lady MacBeth exit.
It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. Stones that have known to move, and trees to speak. Augurs and understood relations have by maggot pies and choughs and rooks brought forth the secretest man of blood. What is the night?
almost at odds with mourning which is which.
How sayest thou that Macduff denies his person at our great bidding?
Did you send to him, sir?
I hear it by the way, but I will send. There's not of one of them in his house. I keep a servant feed. I will tomorrow, and betimes I will to the weird sisters. More shall they speak, for now I am bent to know, by the worst means the worst. For mine own good and all causes shall give way. I am in blood steeped so far that I should wade no more, returning where as tedious as to go, or strange things I have in head that will to hand and must be acted ere they may be scanned.
You lack the season of all nature's sleep.
Come, will to sleep. My strange and self-abuse is the initiate fear that wants hard use. We are yet but young indeed.
They exit. Scene 5. Thunder! Boom, boom, boom! Enter the three witches meeting Hecate.
One.
Why now, Hecate? You look angrily.
Have I not reasons, beldams as you are? Saucy and overbold, how did you dare to trade and traffic with Macbeth in riddles and affairs of death? And I, the mistress of your charms, the close contriver of all harms, was never called to bear my part or show the glory of our art? And which is worse, all you have done hath been but for a wayward son, spiteful and wrathful, who, as others do, loves for his own ends, not for you. But make amends now, get you gone, and at the pit of Acheron meet me in the morning. Thither he will come to know his destiny. Your vessels and your spells provide, your charms and everything beside. I am for the air. This night I'll spend unto a dismal and a fatal end. Great business must be wrought ere noon. Upon the corner of the moon there hangs a vaporous drop profound. I'll catch it ere it comes to ground. And that distilled by magic sleights shall raise such artificial sprites as by the strength of their illusion shall draw him on to his confusion. He shall spurn fate, scorn death, and bear his hopes above wisdom, grace, and fear. And you all know security is mortal's chiefest enemy.
Music and a song.
Hark, I am called, my little spirit, see, sits in a foggy cloud and stays for me.
Hecate exits. Sing within, come away, come away.
Come, let's make haste. She'll soon be back again.
They exit. Scene 6. Enter Lennox and another lord.
My former speeches have but hit your thoughts, which can interpret further. Only I say, things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pity to Macbeth. Marry, he was dead. And the right valiant Banquo walked too late, whom you might say, if it please you, Fleance killed, for Fleance fled. Men must not walk too late. Who cannot want the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donalbain to kill their gracious father? Damned fact, how it did grieve Macbeth. Did he not straight in pious rage the two delinquents tear that were the slaves of drink and thralls of sleep? Was that not nobly done? Aye, and wisely too. For 'twould have angered my any heart alive to hear the men tonight. So that I say he has borne all things well. And I do think that had he Duncan's son under his key, and has pleased heaven he shall not, they should find what were good to kill a father. So should Fleance. But peace, far from broad words, and 'cause he failed his presence at the tyrant's feast, I hear Macduff lives in disgrace. Sir, can you tell where he bestows himself?
The son of from whom this tyrant holds the due of birth lives in the English court and is received of the most pious Edward with such grace that the malevolence of fortune nothing takes from his high respect. Thither MacBeth is gone to pray the holy king upon his aid, to wake Northumberland and warlike Seward, that by the help of these, with him above to ratify the work, we may again give to our tables meat, sleep to our nights, free from our feasts and banquets bloody knives, do faithful homage and receive free honors, all which we pine for now. And this report has so exasperated the king that he prepares for some attempt of war.
Sent he to Macduff?
He did. An absolute, sir, not I. The cloudy messenger turns me his back and hums, as who should say, you'll rue the time that clogs me with this answer.
That well might advise him to a caution to hold what distance his wisdom can provide. Some holy angel fly to the court of England and unfold his message ere he come, that a swift blessing may soon return to this our suffering country under a hand accursed.
I'll send my prayers with him.
They exit. And that is the end of Act 3. On to Act 4. And now we are on to our third intermission. Thank you guys so much. We are going to be back at 9:11, so 9:11. So in 5 minutes, go get a snack, go get a drink. You deserve it. Go get some chips, because you were worth it.
Do you mean us?
Absolutely, you too. Everybody, this is all a fun, nice little evening. You too, Andy, and you too, Judy, and even you, Eric. Go get some chips.
As long as we don't eat the chips while we're performing.
Yes, absolutely. I don't know if I don't know if they'd appreciate that.
Whatever you do, don't drink any milk.
Oh gosh, ew.
Don't. Worst thing you can do.
Why?
Anyway, I think we this is a tough deal. We should really. Hello, are we talking? Can you hear me? Oh, okay. This is not an easy show to do, and I would love to do this. It's like a rehearsal and do it again next Friday night.
Well, this is part of our one-off read-throughs. So the basis of the readings are going to be we do a different script each month.
Okay.
So next month we're going to do an entirely different script with different type of sign-up and different actors. So it's nice and fresh. It's more of a educational entertainment sort of getting us out, out and talking and listening and coming together to read a nice script.
There's still another Friday night before Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, I mean, absolutely. But yeah, this is only going to be this is a one night only thing. So
I really enjoying it.
Absolutely.
One more go I would like to do.
Well, MacBeth is a very popular play, so I'm sure. I mean, if even if you wanted to do it yourself, grab a couple friends. This is do it over Zoom, and we'll be.
That's an idea.
Yeah, not tonight, of course. Don't.
No.
Stacy, are you saying that you want to go one more time after we're done with this?
Not tonight. No.
I'll be a little late for you.
What about tomorrow? We always do Friday and Saturday. How about tomorrow night?
Probably not, my friend.
We'll be wound up and ready to go.
Nope, just one night, night only. It's a special non-ticketed event. It makes it all the more special.
But then have another virtual reading tomorrow night.
Okay.
No, we're only just doing this one, this one. But we will have another play to do next month. More information on that once we actually come to it. I know I really liked. I was in this. This was actually my first production with Swamp Meadow when we did it all the way back in 2009. And it was the kids' performance. So I played.
Is that a summer performance?
What's up?
In the summer? Was that a summer performance?
Yes, it was. Yes, that was a summer children's performance.
That's 11 years ago. Yeah, it was wonderful.
And our MacBeth for for this show. Jake Wolf Jensen was the director of it. He was my first director, if I remember that correctly. And then I played. It was funny at the time. I wasn't familiar with the character, but we did. The narrator was a parody of Wayne's World. It was Dwayne's World, the Mike Myers character, and that was my first role with Swamp Meadow, was Dwayne from Dwayne's World. It was like, party on! It's great, but that was a lot of fun when I was, I think I was like 14? Do the math, somebody. I can't have a lot on my zip. But, that being said, as we're about to go back, it's reaching 9:10 right now. For those of you who are watching our stream, if you like what we're doing, and you want to donate something, we greatly appreciate it in the time of the pandemic. Either if you're watching on swampmeadow.org, look up to the right, there should be a little yellow donate button. Or if you're watching on YouTube, go to swampmeadow.org/donations. Anything really, really does help us, and we greatly appreciate it. We greatly appreciate your support. All right, that is 9:11. I'm going to give a synopsis of basically what happened in the play so far, if you're joining us. So up until this point, Macbeth and Lady Macbeth have been snooping around, killing people and their friends. They killed King Duncan. Macbeth had a bunch of murderers go after his friend and general, Banquo, and now he's seeing things, and things aren't going too great for Macbeth. He's having guilt and doubts, while Lady Macbeth's in the corner like, what are you doing, dude? You're gonna ruin this for everyone. You're gonna ruin this for us. So Lady Macbeth has her eyes on the prize, and Macbeth is, he ain't having none of that. Meanwhile, there are some lords and important figures in the background who are stewing in their own suspicion.
Oh, Tyler, do you have apparitions? Am I doing apparitions or not?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
That's all you.
I've got 3 voices.
Yep, just go for it. Absolutely, we love your voices, Stacy. And now let me actually share the script. If I can find the script. I found the script.
But we don't see it.
I'm getting it.
Okay.
So
There it
impatient.
is.
There we
All
go.
right. And now, Act 4 of Macbeth.
Have you got the bigger? Okay.
All right, Act 4, Scene 1. Let me just make sure that... Is everybody here? Raise your hand if you're here. Perfect, everyone's here. Scene 1, Thunder. Boom, 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 boom. Enter 3 witches.
Thrice the blinded cat.
Stacy, that's not you.
Apparition, so am I me. I'm jumping a gun. All
No,
right.
no problem, Stacy. I can't wait for that character, though. All right. Scene 1, Thunder. Enter the 3 witches.
Thrice the blinded cat hath mewed.
Thrice and once the hedge pig whined.
Poppy cries, 'tis time, 'tis time.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poison trails and throw, toad that under cold stone, days and nights has 31, sweltered venom, sleeping got, boiled at first in the champot.
Double,
toil
and
trouble,
Oh,
fire
fire burn and cold
cauldron bubble.
Fillet of a fenny snake in the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog. Adder's fork and blindworm's sting, lizard's leg and howlet's wing. For a charm of powerful trouble, like a hell broth boil and bubble.
Double,
Toil and trouble,
fire
burn
and cauldron bubble.
Gale of dragon, tooth of wolf, which is mummy, maw, and gulf of the ravined salt sea shark, Root of hemlock digged I the dark, liver of blaspheming Jew, gall of goat and slips of yew, slivered in the moon's eclipse, nose of Turk and Tartar's lips, finger of birth strangled babe, ditch delivered by a drab, make the gruel thick and slab, add thereto a tiger's chardron for the ingredients of our cauldron. Double, double, toil and trouble,
Fire
burn and cauldron bubble.
Cool it with a baboon's blood, then the charm is firm and good.
Enter Hecate to other 3 witches.
Oh, well done. I commend your pains, and everyone shall share in the gains. And now about the cauldron sing, like elves and fairies in a ring, enchanting all that you put in.
I don't know that song, but music and song, black spirits, etc. Hecate exits.
By the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes. Open locks, whoever knocks.
Enter MacBeth.
How now, you secret black and midnight hags? What is it you do?
Deed without a name.
I conjure you by that which you profess, however you come to know it. Answer me, though you untie the winds and let them fight against the churches, through the yeasty waves confound and swallow navigation up, though bladed corn and lodged in trees blown down, though castles topple on their wardens' heads, though palaces and pyramids do slope their heads to their foundations, though the treasure of nature's germans tremble all look together, even till destruction sicken. Answer me to that which I ask you.
Speak.
Demand.
Will answer.
Hey, if the heart straight out of here is from our mouths, or from our masters.
Call him. Let me see him.
Poor and sow's blood heart doth eaten. Pearl thine furrow, grease that's sweeten. From the murderer's gibbet throw into the flame.
Come high
or low, thyself and all deathly
show.
Thunder! First apparition, an armed head.
Tell me, thou unknown power.
He knows thy thought. Hear his speech, but say thy not.
Macbeth! 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 Beware, Macduff! Beware the Thane of Fife! Dismiss me! Enough!
He descends.
Whate'er thou art, for thy good caution, thanks. Thou hast harped my fear aright. But one word more.
He will not be commanded. He is another more potent than the first.
Thunder! Second apparition, a bloody child.
Macbeth! Macbeth! Macbeth!
Had I 3 years, I'd hear thee.
Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
He descends.
Then live, Macduff, what need I fear of thee? But yet I'll make assurances double sure, and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live, that I may tell pale-hearted fear it lies, and sleep in spite of thunder.
Thunder! Pew, pew, pew! Third apparition, a child crowned with a tree in his hand.
What is this that rises like the issue of a king, and wears upon this baby brow the round and top of sovereignty?
Listen, but speak not to it.
Be lion-mettled, proud and take no care, who chafes, who frets, or where conspires are, Macbeth shall never vanquished be until great Burnham Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against thee.
He descends.
Well, that will never be. Who can impress the forest, bid the tree unfix his earthbound root? Sweet bodements good, rebellious dead never, rise never till the wood of Burnham rise, and our high-placed Macbeth shall live in the lease of nature. Pray his breath to time and mortal custom, yet my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me, if your art can tell so such, shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
More.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse fall on you. Let me know!
Cauldron sinks, hot boys.
Why sinks that cauldron? And what noise is this?
Show.
Show.
Show. Show his
eyes and
And
breathe
breathe his heart
Come like shadows.
like shadows.
So
So
depart.
depart.
A show of 8 kings, the 8th king, with a glass in his hand, and Banquo last.
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo. Down! Thy crown does sear mine eyeballs, and thy hair, thou other gold-bound brow, is like the first, and a third is like the former. Filthy hags, why do you show me this? A fourth? Start, eyes! What? Will the line stretch out to the crack of doom? Another yet? A seventh? I'll see no more, and yet the 8th appears who bears a glass which shows me many more, and some I see that twofold balls and treble scepters carry. Horrible sight! Now I see 'tis true, for the blood-boltered Banquo smiles upon me and points at them for his.
The apparitions disappear.
Why is this so?
I saw. All this is so, but we stands Macbeth as amazedly. Come, sisters, cheer we up his sprites, and show the best of our delights. I'll charm the air to give a sound, while you perform your antic sound. That this great king may kindly say, our duties did his welcome pay.
Music! Do, 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 do. The witches dance and vanish. Do, 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 do.
Where are they? Gone? Oh, let this pernicious hour stand I accursed in the calendar. Come in without there.
Enter Lennox.
What's your grace's will?
Saw you the weird sisters?
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
How infected be the air whereupon they ride, and damned all those who trust 'em. I did hear the galloping of horse. Who was it came by?
'Tis 2 or 3, my lord, that bring you word. Macduff is fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my good lord.
Time, thou anticipatest my dread exploits. The flighty purpose never is o'ertook, unless the deed go with it. From this moment the very firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand. And even now, to crown my thoughts with acts, be it thought and done. The castle of Macduff I will surprise, seize upon Fife, give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. No boasting like a fool, this deed I'll do before this purpose cool. But no more sights. Where are these gentlemen? Come, bring me where they are.
They exit. Scene 2. Enter Macduff's wife, her son, and Ross.
What's he doing?
What had he done to make him fly the land?
You must have patience, madam.
He had none. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You not know whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom, to leave his wife, to lead his babes, his mansion and his titles in a place from whence himself does fly. He loves us not. He wants the natural touch for the poor wren. The most diminutive of birds will fight her young ones in her nest against the owl. All is the fear and nothing is the love. As little is the wisdom where the flight so runs against all reason.
My dearest cousin, I pray you school yourself, but for your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fits of the season. I dare not speak much further. But cruel are the times when we are traitors and do not know ourselves, when we hold rumor from what we fear, yet know not what we fear, but float upon a wild and violent sea each way and move. I take my leave of you. Shall not be long, but I'll be here again. Things at the worst will cease or else climb upward to what they were before. My pretty cousin, blessing upon you.
Oh, fathered he is, and yet he is fatherless.
I am so much a fool, should I stay longer. It would be my disgrace and your discomfort. I take my leave at once.
Ross exits.
Sira, your father's dead, and what will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, Mother.
What, with worms and flies?
With what I get, I mean, and so do they.
Poor bird, thou hast never feared the net nor lime, the pitfall nor the gin.
Why should I, Mother? Poor birds they are not set for. My father is not dead, for all you're saying.
Yes, he is dead. How wilt thou do for a father?
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
Why, I could buy me 20 at any market.
Then you'll buy 'em to sell 'em again.
Thou speakest with all thy wit, and yet, I faith, with wit enough for thee.
Was my father a traitor, Mother?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, one that swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Everyone that does so is a traitor, and must be hanged.
And must they all be hanged that swear and lie?
Everyone.
Who must hang them?
Why, the honest men.
Then the liars and the swearers are fools, for there are liars and swearers enough to beat the honest men and hang up them.
Oh, now God help thee, poor monkey. But how wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you'd weep for him. If you would not, it were a good sign that I should quickly have a new father.
Poor prattler, how thou talkest.
Enter messenger.
Bless you, fair dame, I am not to you known, though in your state of honor I am perfect. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. If you will take a homely man's advice, be not found here. Hence with your little ones. To fright you thus, methinks I am too savage. To do worse to you were fell cruelty, which is too nigh your person. Heaven preserve you, I dare abide no longer.
Messenger exits.
Whither should I fly? I have done no harm. But I remember now I am in this earthly world where to do harm is often laudable, to do good sometime accounted dangerous folly. Why then, alas, do I put up that womanly defense to say I have done no harm?
Enter murderers.
What are these faces?
Where is your husband?
I hope in no place so unsanctified where such as thou mayest find him.
He is a traitor.
Thou liest, thou shag-eared villain!
What? You egg! Young fry of treachery!
Ah! He has killed me, Mother! Run away, I pray you.
Murder! Murder!
Lady Macduff, yeah, she does that. Followed by the murderers bearing the son's body. Scene 3. Enter Malcolm and Macduff.
Let us seek some desolate shade, and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let's rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men, bestride our downfall and birthdom. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven on the face. It resounds as if fell to a Scotland and yelled out like syllable of dolor.
What I believe I'll wail, what no believe, and what I can redress, as I shall find the time to friend, I will. What you have spoken may be so, perchance. This tyrant whose sole name blisters our tongue was once thought honest. You have loved him well. We have not touched you yet. I am young, but something. You may deserve of him through me in wisdom to offer up a weak, poor, innocent lamb to appease an angry god.
I am not treacherous.
But MacBeth is. A good and virtuous nature may recoil in an imperial charge. But I shall crave your pardon. That which you are, my thoughts cannot transpose. Angels are bright still, though the brightest fell. Though all things foul would wear the brows of grace, yet grace must still look so.
I have lost my hopes.
Perchance even there where I did find my doubts, why in that rawness left your wife and child? Those precious motives, those strong knots of love without leave taking. I pray you, let not my jealousies be your dishonors, but mine own safeties. You may be rightly just, whatever I shall think.
Bleed, bleed, poor country. Great tyranny, lay thou thy basest shore, for goodness dare not check thee. Bear thou thy wrongs, the title is afeard. Fare thee well, Lord. I would not be the villain that thou thinkest for the whole space that is in the tyrant's grasp and the rich east to boost.
Be not offended. I speak not as in absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. I think withal there would be hands uplifted in my right, and here from gracious England have I offer of goodly thousands. But for all this, when I shall tread upon the tyrant's head or wear it on my sword, yet my poor country shall have more vices than it ever had before, more suffer and more sundry ways than ever by him that shall succeed.
What should he be?
It is myself I mean and who I know. All the particulars of vice so often grafted. What then will, when they shall be opened, black MacBeth will seem as pure as snow, and the poor state esteem him as a lamb, being compared with my confineless harms.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned than evils to top MacBeth.
Grant him bloody, luxurious, avaricious, false, deceitful, sudden, malicious smacking of every sin that has a name. But there's no bottom, none, in my voluptuous. Your wives, your daughters, your matrons, and your maids could not fill up in the cistern of my lust and my desire. All content impediments would overbear that did oppose my will. Better MacBeth than such an one to reign.
Boundless intemperance in nature is a tyranny. It has been the untimely emptying of the happy throne and fall of many kings. Fear not yet to take upon you what is yours. You may convey your pleasures in a spacious plenty and yet seem cold. The time you may so hoodwink. You have willing dames enough. There cannot be that vulture in you to devour so many as will greatness dedicate themselves, finding it so inclined.
With this there grows in my most ill-composed affection such a staunchless avarice that, were I king, I should cut off the nobles of their lands, desire his jewels in this other's house, and more having would be as sauce to make my hunger more, that I should forge quarrels unjust against the good and the loyal, destroying them for wealth.
This avarice sticks deeper, grows with more pernicious root than summer-seeming lust, and it hath been the sword of our slain kings. Do not fear. Scotland hath foisons to fill up your will of your mere own. All these are portable, with other graces weighed.
But I have none. The king becoming graces, as justice, verity, temperance, stableness, bounty, perseverance, mercy, lowliness, devotion, patience, courage, fortitude. I have no relish of them, but abound in the decision of each several crime, acting in many ways. Nay, had I power, I should pour the sweet milk of concord into hell, abroad the universal peace, confound all the unity on earth.
Oh, Scotland, Scotland!
If I, such a one, be fit to govern, speak. I am one I have spoken.
Fit to govern? No, not to live. O nation miserable with an untitled tyrant bloody sceptered. When shalt thou see thy wholesome days again, since that the truest issue of thy throne by his own interdiction stands accursed and does blaspheme his breed? Thy royal father was a most sainted king, the queen that bore thee oftener upon her knees than on her feet. died every day she lived. Fare thee well. These evils thou repeatest upon thyself hath banished me from Scotland. Oh, my breath, thy hope ends here.
Macduff, this noble passion, child of integrity, hath from my soul wiped the black scruples, reconciled my thoughts to thy good truth and honor. Devilish Macbeth, by many of these trains, hath sought to win me into his power, and modest wisdom plucks me from overcredulous haste. But God above, deal between thee and me, for even now I put myself to thy direction, and unspeak my own detraction. Here abjure the taints and blames I have laid upon myself for strangers to my nature. I am yet unknown to women, never have forsworn, scarcely have coveted what was mine own, and at no time broke my faith, would not betray the devil to his fellow, and delight no less in truth than life. My first false speaking was this upon myself: what I am truly is thine and my poor country's to command. Whither indeed before thy here approach, old Cyward with 10,000 warlike men, already at a point was setting forth. Now we're all together, and the chance of goodness will be like our warranted quarrel. Why are you silent?
Welcome and unwelcome things at once is hard to reconcile.
Enter a doctor.
Well, more anon. Comes the king forth, I pray you?
Aye, sir. There are a crew of wretched souls that stay his cure. Their malady convinces the great assay of art, but as such sanctity hath heaven given his hand, they presently amend.
I thank you, doctor.
Doctor exits.
The disease he means.
'Tis called the evil. A most miraculous work in this good king, which often since my here remain in England I have seen him do. How he solicits heaven himself best knows, but strangely visited people all swollen and ulcerous, pitiful to the eye. The mere despair of surgery he cures, hanging a golden stamp about their necks, put on with holy prayers, and 'tis spoken to the succeeding loyalty he leaves, the healing benediction. With this strange virtue he hath a heavenly gift of prophecy. The sundry blessings hang about his throne that speak of him full of grace.
Enter Ross.
He who comes here.
My countryman, but yet I know him not.
My ever gentle cousin, welcome hither.
I know him now. Good God, betimes remove the means that make us strangers.
Sir, amen.
And Scotland where it did?
Almost afraid to know itself. It cannot be called our mother, but our grave, where nothing but who knows nothing is once seen to smile, where sighs and groans and shrieks that rent the air are made not marked, where violent sorrow seems a modern ecstasy. The dead man's knell is there scarce asked for who, and good men's lives expire before the flowers in their caps, dying or ere they sicken.
Relation too nice and yet too true.
What's this newest grief?
That of an hour's age doth hiss the speaker. Each minute teems a new one.
How does my wife?
Why, well.
And all my children?
Well, too.
The tyrant has not battered at their peace.
No, they were well at peace when I did leave them.
Be not a niggard of their speech. How goes it?
When I came hither to transport the tidings, which I have heavily borne, there ran a rumor of many worthy fellows that were out, which was to my belief witnessed the rather for that I saw the tyrant's power afoot. Now is the time of help. Your eye in Scotland would create soldiers, make our women fight to doff their dire distresses.
Is their comfort, we are coming thither. Gracious England hath lent us good Seward and 10,000 men, an older and a better soldier none that Christendom gives out.
Would I could answer this comfort with the like, but I have words that would be howled out in the desert air, where hearing should not latch them.
What concern they? The general cause, or is it a fee grief due to some single breast?
No mind that's honest, but in it shares some woe, though the main part pertains to you alone.
If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, let me have it.
Let not your ears despise my tongue forever, which shall possess them with the heaviest sound that ever yet they heard.
Guess at it.
Your castle is surprised. Your wife and babes savagely slaughtered. To relate the manner whereon the quarry of these murdered deer to add the death of you.
Merciful heaven. What man ever pull your hat upon your brows, give sorrow words the grief that does not speak, whispers the overfraught heart and bids it break?
Children too.
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
I must be from thence. My wife killed too?
I have said.
Be comforted. Let's make us medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children. All my pretty ones? Did you say all? Hell kite, all? What, all my pretty chickens and their dam in one fell swoop?
Dispute it like a man!
I shall do so, but I must also feel it like a man. Not but remember such things that were most precious to me. Heaven look on and would not take their part. Sinful Macduff, they were all struck for thee. Not that I am, not for their own demerits, but for mine, fell slaughter on their souls. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart, enrage it!
Well, I could play the woman with mine eyes and braggart with my tongue, but gentle heaven cut short all intermission. Front to front, bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself within my sword lengths, let him. If he escape, heaven forgive him too.
This tune goes manly. Come, go we to the king. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for shaking, and the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The light is long that never finds the day.
They exit. End of Act 4. Whew, that was intense. Good job, guys. All right,
I got a question. I don't think I'm hitting a button. I'm not showing myself on the.
You are perfect, Stacy. I've heard you
all
every
right.
single time. No worries, my friends.
All right. I just thought I might not be appearing when I should be.
No. I see you every single time. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right, friends. We are going to take our last 5-minute intermission. Let me share the screen. And I also have to take a 5 minutes. I will be back. May I zoom? Yes. There we go. All right, 5 minutes. We will be back at 9:48 for the final act of Macbeth.
I thought I said it's on the picture.
I thought we were going to go on Sunday.
All right, we are 9:57, and we are about ready to start Act 5, the final act of William Shakespeare's Macbeth. Ooh, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight, watching the stream, all the actors that are participating. This has been a lot of fun. I know I've had a lot of fun, and I appreciate everybody for doing this. Macbeth is a fun-filled show full of love and things. Yeah, there we go. Way to describe Macbeth, Tyler. One of the most beloved Shakespeare plays. Whoop. But anyway, let us begin. Unless we have everyone. I don't have Malcolm. I have basically everyone. All right. All right. Sharing screen. All right. So we are on Act 5 of Macbeth. Scene 1. Enter a doctor of physics and a waiting gentlewoman.
I have 2 nights watched with you, but can perceive no truth in your report. When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, again return to bed. Yet all this while in a most fast sleep.
A great perturbation in nature, to receive at once the benefit of sleep and do the effects of watching. In this slumbry's agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
Oh, that's so which I will not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Neither to you nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech.
Enter Lady Macbeth with a taper.
Lo you, here she comes. This is her very guise, and upon my life, fast asleep. Observe her, stand close.
How came she by that light?
Why, it stood by her. She has a light by her continually. 'Tis her command.
You see, her eyes are open.
Aye, but their sense is shut.
What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands.
It is an accustomed action with her to seem thus washing her hands. I have known her to continue in this quarter an hour.
Yet here's a spot.
Hark, she speaks. I will set down what comes from her to satisfy my remembrance the more strongly.
Out, damn spot. Out, I say. 1, 2. Why, then 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie! A soldier interfered? What need we fear? Who knows it, when none can call our power to account? Yet who would have thought the old man to have had so much blood in him?
Do you mark that?
Thane of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? What, will these hands ne'er be clean? No more, O the Lord, no more of that. You mar all with this starting.
Go to. You have known what you should not.
She has spoke what she should not, I am sure of that. Heaven knows what she known.
Here's the smell of blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Oh, oh, oh!
What a sigh is there. The heart is solely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body.
Well.
Pray God it be, sir.
This disease is beyond my practice. Yet I have known those which have walked in their sleep, who have died wholly in their beds.
Wash your hands, put on your nightgown. Look not so pale, I tell you again. Yet Banquo's buried, he cannot come out on his grave.
Even so?
To bed. There's knocking at the gate. Come. Give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed.
We shall go now to bed?
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their death billows will discharge their secrets. More needs she the divine will than the physician. God forgive us all. Look after her. Remove from her the means of all annoyance and still keep her eyes upon her. Good night. My mind she has mated and amazed my sight. I think but dare not speak.
Good night, good doctor.
They exit. Scene 2. Drum and colors. Enter Matthias, Cathnis, oh my gosh, I'm butchering these names. Metanith, Cathnis, Agnes, Lennox, and soldiers.
The English power is near, led on by Malcolm, his uncle Seward, and the good Macduff. Revenges burn in them for their dear causes, would to the bleeding and the grim alarm excite the mortified man.
Near Burnham Wood shall we well meet them. That way they are coming.
Who knows if Donalbain be with his brother?
For certain, sir, he is not. I have a file of all the gentry. There is Seward's son, and many unrough youths that even now protest their first of manhood.
What does the tyrant?
Great Dunsinane he strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad, others that lesser hate him do call it valiant fury. But for certain he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule.
Now does he feel his secret murder sticking on his hands. Now minutely revolts upbraid his faith breach. Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him, like a giant's robe upon a dwarfish thief.
Who then shall blame his pestered senses to recoil and start, when all that is within him does condemn itself for being there?
Well, march we on, to give obedience where 'tis truly owed. Meet we the medicine of the sickly weal, and with him pour we in our country's purge each drop of it.
Or so much as it needs to dew the silvern flower and drown the weeds. Make we our march towards Burnham.
They exit, marching. Ba-dum. Scene 3. Enter Macbeth, the doctor, and attendants.
Bring me no more reports, let them fly all, till Burnham would remove to Dunsinane. I cannot taint with fear. What's the boy, Malcolm? Was he not born of woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth, for no man born of woman shall e'er have power upon thee. And Fly, false thanes, and mingle with the English epicures. The mind I sway by and the heart I bear shall never sag with doubt nor shake with fear.
Enter servant.
The devil damn thee black, thou cream-faced loon! Where gotst thou this goose look?
There is 10,000.
Geese, villain?
Soldiers, sir.
Go prick thy face and overred thy fear. Thou lily-livered boy, what soldiers, Patch? Death of thy soul, those linen cheeks of thine are counselors to fear. What soldiers, Wayface?
The English force, so please you.
Take that face hence.
Servants.
Satan, I am sick at heart. Why I behold Satan. I say this push will cheer me or ever, or deceit me now. I have lived long enough. My way of life is fallen into the sear, the yellow leaf, and that which should accompany old age as honor, love, obedience, troops of friends, I must not look to have, but in their stead curses, not loud but deep, mouth honor, breath which the poor heart would fain deny and dare not. Satan!
Enter Satan.
What's your gracious pleasure?
What news more?
All is confirmed, my lord, which was reported.
I'll fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Give me my armor.
'Tis not needed yet.
I'll put it on. Send out more horses. Scur the country road. Hang those that talk of fear. Give me mine armor. How does your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled with thick-coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased, plucked from the memory of a rooted sorrow? Raise out the written troubles of the brain, and with some sweet oblivious antidote, cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon her heart.
Must minister, therein the patient must minister to himself.
Throw physic to the dogs, I'll none of it. Come, put mine armor on, give me my staff. Satan, send out. Oh, doctor, the thanes fly from me. Come, sir, dispatch. If thou couldst, doctor, cast the water of my land, find her disease, and purge it to a sound and pristine health. I would applaud thee to the very echo that should applaud again. Pull it off, I say. What rhubarb, senna, or what purgative drug would thou scour the English hence? Hear'st thou of them?
Aye, my good lord. Your royal preparation makes us hear something.
Bring it after me. I will not be afraid of death and bane till Burnham Forest come to Dunsinane.
Were I from Dunsinane away and clear, profit again should hardly draw me here.
They exit. Scene 4. Drums, brum, and colors. Enter Malcolm, Seward, Macduff, Seward's son, Matthias, Cathanis, Angus, and soldiers marching.
Cousins, I hope the days are near at hand that Chambers will be safe.
We doubt it nothing.
What wood is this before us?
The wood of Burnham.
Let every soldier hew him a bough and bear it before him. Thereby shall we shadow the numbers of our hosts and make discovery air in report of us.
Shall be done.
We learn no other but the confident tyrant. Keep still and Dunsinane and will endure our setting down before it.
'Tis his main hope, for where there is advantage to be given, both more and less have given him the revolt, and none shall serve with him but constrained things whose hearts are absent too.
Let our just censures attend the true event, and put we on industrious soldiership.
The time approaches that will, with due decision, make us know what we shall say we have and what we owe. Thoughts speculative, their unsure hopes relate, but certain issue strokes must arbitrate, towards which advance the war.
They exit, marching. Scene 5. Enter MacBeth, Satan, and soldiers with drum, brum, and colors.
Hang out our banners on the outward walls. The cry is still they come. Our castle strength will laugh a siege to scorn. Here let them lie till famine and the ague eat them up. Were they not forced with those that should be ours, we might have met them dareful, beard to beard, and beat them backward home.
A cry of a woman!
What is that noise?
Is the cry of women, my lord, my good lord.
He exits.
I have almost forgot the taste of fears. The time has been my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek, and my fell of hair would at a dismal treatise rouse and stir as life were in it. I have supped full with horrors. Direness, familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, cannot once start me.
Enter Satan.
Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player who struts and frets his hour upon the stage and is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Enter a messenger.
Thou comest to use thy tongue, thy story quickly.
Gracious my lord, I should report that which I say I saw, but know not how to do it.
Well, say, sir.
As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
Liar and slave!
Let me endure your wrath if it not be so. Within this 3 mile may you see it coming. I say a moving grove.
If thou speakest false, upon the next tree shalt thou hang alive till famine cling thee. If thy speech be sooth, I care not if thou dost for me as much. I'll pull in resolution and begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiend that lies like truth. Fear not till Burnham Wood do come to Dunsinane. And now a wood comes to our Dunsinane. Arm, arm, and out! If this which he advouches does appear, there is nor flying hence nor tarrying here. I gin to be wary of the sun, and wish the state of the world were now undone. Ring the alarm bell, blow wind, come rack! At least we'll die with harness on our back.
They exit. Scene 6. Drum, brum, and colors. Enter Malcolm, Seward, Macduff, and their army with bows.
Now near enough, your leafy screens throw down and show like those you are. You, worthy uncle, shall with my cousin, your right noble son, lead our first battle. Worthy Macduff, we shall take upon us what else remains to do according to our order.
Fare you well. Do we but find the tyrant's power tonight? Let us be beaten if we cannot fight.
Make all our trumpets speak, give them all breath, those clamorous harbingers of blood and death.
They exit. Alarms continue. Scene 7. Enter Macbeth.
They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly, but bear-like I must fight the course. What's he that was not born of woman? Such a one am I to fear or none.
Enter young Seward.
What is thy name?
Thou'lt be afraid to hear it.
No. Though thou call thyself a hotter name, then I is in hell.
My name's Macbeth.
The devil himself could not pronounce a title more hateful to mine to hear.
No more fearful.
Thou liest, a poor tyrant. With my sword, I'll prove the lie you speakst.
They fight, and young Seward is slain.
Thou wast born of woman, but swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn, brandished by man that's of woman born.
He exits. Alarms. Enter Macduff.
That way the noise is. Tyrant, show thy face. If thou beest slain and with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike at wretched kerns whose arms are hired to bear their staves. Either thou, Macbeth, or else my sword with an unbattered edge I sheath again undeeded. There thou shouldst be, by this great clatter, one of greatest note seems brooded. Let me find him fortune, and more I beg not.
He exits. Alarmus. Enter Malcolm and Seward.
This way, my lord. The castle's gently rendered. The tyrant's people on both sides do fight. The noble thanes do bravely in the war. The day almost itself professes yours, and little is to do.
We have met with foes that strike beside us.
Enter, sir, the castle.
They exit. Alarmus. Enter Macbeth. Scene 8.
Why should I play the Roman fool and die in mine own sword? Whiles I see lives, the gashes do better upon them.
Enter Macduff.
Turn, hellhound, turn.
Of all men else I have avoided thee. But get thee back, my soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword, thou bloodier villain than terms can give thee out.
Fight! Alarma!
Thou losest labor, and easy mayst thou in trenchant air, with thy keen sword impress and make me bleed. Let fall thy blade on vulnerable crests. I bear a charmed life, which you must not yield to one of woman born.
Bear thy charm, and let the angel whom thou still hast served tell thee, Macduff was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Accursed be that tongue that tells me so, for it hath cowed my better part of man. And be these juggling fiends no more believe that palter with us in double sense, that keep the word of promise to our ear and break it to our hope. I'll not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward. Live to be the show and gaze of the time. We'll have thee as our rarer monsters are, painted upon a pole, and under it here you may see the tyrant.
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, and to be baited with the rabble's curse. Though Burnham would be come to Dunsinane, and thou opposed, being of no woman born, yet I will try the last. Before my body I'll throw my warlike shield. Lay on, Macduff, and be damned be him that first cries, hold, enough!
They exit fighting. They enter fighting, and Macbeth is slain. Macduff exits, carrying off Macbeth's body. Retreat and flourish. Enter, with drum and colors, Malcolm, Seward, Ross, thanes and soldiers.
I would the friends we miss have safe arrived.
The must go off, and yet by these I see, so great a day as this is cutely bought.
Macduff is missing, and your noble son?
Your son, my lord, has paid a soldier's debt. He only lived, but still he was a man. The which no sooner had his prowess confirmed in the unshrinking station where he fought, but like a man he died.
Then he is dead?
Aye, and brought off the field. Your cause of sorrow must not be measured by his worth, for them it hath no end.
Had he his hurts before?
Aye, on the front.
Why then, God's soldier be he. Had I as many sons as I have heirs, I would not wish them to a fairer death, and so this now is known.
He's worth more sorrow, and that I'll spend for him.
He's worth no more. They say he parted well and paid his score, and so, God be with him. Here comes newer comfort.
Enter Macduff with Macbeth's head.
Hail, King, or so thou art. Behold where stands the usurper's cursed head. Time is free. See thee compass with thy kingdom's pearl, that speak my salutation in their minds, whose voices I desire aloud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland.
Hail, King of Scotland!
Flourish strong!
We shall not spend a large expense of time before we reckon with your several loves and make us even with you. My thanes and kinsmen, henceforth be earls, the first that ever Scotland in such an honor named. What's more to do, which would be planted newly with the time as calling home our exiled friends abroad that fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth the cruel ministers of this dead butcher and his fiend-like queen, who as 'tis thought by self and violent hands took off her life. This and what needful else that calls upon us by the grace of grace, we will perform in measure, time, and place. So thanks to all at once and to each one whom we invite to see us crowned at Scone.
Flourish all
Hey, hey.
well as the audience.
Ugh.
I am muted, and so what I said was not heard by anyone. Overall, thank you to everybody who participated and everybody who stuck by us and watched. I'm gonna do a rundown of everybody who participated and acted in this, and I'll say your parts too. If you wanna, after I say your name, if you wanna give a nice hi so that your face is shown. After I see your name, by all means. So today we had Judy Kirchhoff as Cathias, Hecate, Old Man, Messenger, Servant, and Soldiers.
Hi.
We had Robin Lofquist. Am I saying that correct, Robin?
Close enough.
Okay. Robin Lofquist as Porter, Gentlewoman, and Lord. Thank you, Robin. We had Nika Shakmaradova. Am I saying that correct, Nika?
Perfect.
Awesome, sweet. As Witch One and also Young Seaward. Thank you so much, Nika. We had Stacy Swift as Ross, Doctor, and the Apparitions.
Where am
Stacy,
I?
say hi. There you are.
Hi.
Yay, Stacy.
I'm not in the picture.
No, I
Yes,
see
you
you.
are.
Here you
Oh,
are.
you're perfect,
We
Stacy.
can see you.
You're
I'm up
golden.
here, but I'm not down here. Why
Oh,
is
they
that?
can see you. Don't worry. Don't worry, my friend.
Oh, all
we
right.
had
Okay.
Gabrielle Dworkin as Lady Macduff. Ooh. You there? Hello? You there? Oh no, where'd you go? Oh, I think is she still with us? Oh, she may have left. But thank you so much. We had Jake Wolf Jensen as Macduff and Witch 2.
Hey.
Thank you for joining us, Jake. We had Jonathan Safford as Banquo, Captain, and Lennox.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for your support.
Thank you, John. All right, we had Justin Taylor as Donald Bane and Seaward.
Hello.
Thank you so much, Justin. We had Rob LeBeau as Malcolm and all of the murderers.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And we had David Gresh as Duncan Satan.
He's gone too.
Oh no! And David's wife was also Witch 3. I do not remember her name. I apologize. She signed up last minute. But thank you, Mrs. Gresh. And we have Shannon McLeod as Lady Macbeth.
Hi. This is fun.
And Andy Affleck as Macbeth.
Being attacked by a cat. Hello.
And as McCath, McCat, who's your cat? What is your cat's name?
That's Spitfire.
Spitfire as McCath? No, McCat. McCat. That's the joke, Tyler. And of course, I am your humble host for the evening. That's it, ladies and
shout
gentlemen.
out to tech support.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And of course, our wonderful, wonderful tech guru, all around genius, Eric Dubois. Eric, everybody give a big round of applause to Eric.
Everyone.
Yay, Eric!
Wait, everyone stop clapping and then have Eric say something so he can get on screen.
Hi there. Can you hear me now?
Sure.
Yep. Perfect. Thank you so much, Eric. He was detrimental to us streaming and whatnot. And
Detrimental?
No. Oh my gosh. I swear. Okay. Literally, one person told me that the meaning of detrimental was like important, and I've been saying that. Instrumental. Thank you. Oh my gosh. This is recorded too. And now, oh man, I'm gonna get fired from my job and everything. But
you're gonna be a meme. You're gonna be a meme.
Oh no, Andy. I'm already a meme. I'm already a cartoon character. But anyway, thank you all for showing up today. I really appreciate it. Swamp Meadow really appreciates it. Tune in for next December. We will be choosing that whatever play we're going to be read-throughing shortly. And once again, quickly, if you like what we did, think about donating to Swamp Meadow. It really helps us out. It will, once this whole pandemic blows over, hopefully, maybe, it will help us to maybe come back strong. So thank you guys so much. And I really appreciate it, and we all really appreciate it. So have a nice night, everyone.
Thanks, Tyler. I know
Thank you.
Good night.
Everybody, thank you.
Thanks, everyone.